What's going on, everybody? It is Slates and Koffee. Welcome to the Black Love edition. Now, many may think and wonder, like, what is Black love? And why y'all talking about Black love? Black love should be all love, all love. Well, Black love in particular is a love between obviously a Black person and it's about a generation that was taken from their homeland. They got to a new country and stripped away from everything that they knew about. So now they're living in this struggle. And on top of that, they still have to be themselves. They still have to take care of not only their family members that they have left, but they got to take care of the masses babies, the mistress, and the massa, right? So it's fighting through obstacles while putting others first. You're dealing with your trauma that you really can't really deal with because you have to show up for everybody else. And in doing that, it carries on a generation of trauma. So when they get in relationships, they carry on baggage of generational curses, trauma, unhealedness, brokenness. So, why is Black love relevant and why is Black love important? It's important because our divorce rate is up 50%. I think it's really up more than that because that was like 10 years ago, but it's up 50% because a lot of people are in unhealed relationships within themselves and their partner because they didn't do the work before getting into a covenant marriage. The reason why I create Black love stories doesn't matter what genre it is. It has to be that. I mean, I'll do other things, but it has to be that because over my lifetime, I dealt with unhealedness and brokenness, even in my marriage. In my marriage, it's two people that really loved each other, still love each other, and they were unhealed and they were broken when they got with one another. Because certain things, you get into a covenant with somebody, you think you're healed. I'm good, ain't nothing wrong with me, I'm good. But you realize there's triggers that bring you back to those drama-fied places. When me and my husband met, we were in blissful love. We're still in love, but when before you get married, everyone is in honeymoon stage, right? I love him, he loves me. We connected so well. We have so many things in common that I've never felt before. He never felt before. So it was like, we got to do this. Like we got to do this. So we did it. Again, it was beautiful. Then boom, boom, we have 2 babies later. So instead of really getting to know each other and then bringing babies in the equation, we never got to really heal on our own. We never did the work. Until, something happened. Emotions got built up and built up and built up. Instead of doing the actual work within ourselves, we allowed it to build up. We separated for a whole year. And in that part, we decided both to do the shadow work. We were both separated, both alone. We can only see ourselves in the mirror. And that's when the work happened. Black stories, Black love is important because you have to do the work. You have to heal. If I could tell anyone if they're single right now before they get married, I would say do the work on yourself. Because when you bring another unhealed person in the equation, not only are you going to battle, it's what's in you is going to fester. And if it doesn't fester openly, it's going to fester inwardly, that over time, it's like a teapot. It's gonna boil over. So, and then I will speak to the ones that are married, that on their way to divorce. Stop. Divorce is not always the answer. 50% of people that are getting divorced because they leave God out the equation. My husband and I, we both pray now. We both read the Bible. What we did not do before, I was praying, read the Bible, but you can't be unequally yoked with somebody. They got to do the same thing you do or do the same thing they do. That's how you're going to survive with God. How we're surviving now is with God. And I think it's important to tell our story because no one knows about the middle part. Say you got a fresh haircut, right? So the haircut in the beginning is beautiful, it's blissful, it's fleet, and then you grow it out. Like, okay, let me just grow it out. Let me grow my whole mane out. It's beautiful and thick. But no one ever talks about the middle part in the healing process. No one ever talks about it. Even when you ask an older couple, hey, what's the secret to marriage? Don't go to bed mad. Or don't go to bed angry. It took me years into my marriage to figure that out. Which means no matter what happens during the day in your marriage, do not carry on whatever conflict, because what it does is it builds up, it builds up, it builds up, it builds up until something happens. So the moral to this story is, again, we create these stories to heal people, to get you a different perspective on your marriage. It's not that serious unless something else is going on in your marriage and it's like just unheard of to get a divorce. You have to work it through, pray it through, and keep God in the middle, in the center. So I'm excited about this edition of Black Love because it's loving someone else through their pain and through their drama while you're still healing, because we all need to heal every day, all day. Okay? So take some time out for yourself. Get into your healing. Get into your love so you can love everyone else, and pray for your spouse. Pray for that husband to be. Pray for that fiance. Even when they make you mad, pray for their soul. Lord, help me to forgive them. Lord, help me to be more patient with them. Exercise the fruits of the Spirit with me, Lord, so I can be more gentle, so I won't lash back when they say something. Cover me, Lord. Because again, this is all the spiritual warfare. It's all it is. The enemy doesn't want marriages to last, obviously, after 50%. Because marriages is a strong bond. It's a community. It's generational wealth and love. I want our grandchildren later to say that Papa Mason and Granny Toy had it going on. They showed us how to deal with not only our spouse relationship, but friendships. That's why the enemy doesn't want this to survive. So I'm excited. I'm excited to create these stories, to create film and TV around the healing of Black love. Y'all stay tuned. It's about to get deep.